What's up guys, Redsis here and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. So guys, in this video I'll be telling you guys how to win like TSM Myth in Fortnite Battle Royale and all the secrets he does and knows to how to win more games in Fortnite, because I know a lot of you guys want to know how to win more games in Fortnite. If that even is like solos or like solo squads, you could even win a solo squads on your own if you have the right tips, if you get better at the game, and if you know what you're doing in Fortnite Battle Royale, you can become a very good player. So in the background is my friend Charlie. I'm spectating because all of us did die in squads, and he was actually the last person alive, and he did go on to win solo squads on his own. So I wanted to use this gameplay in the background because it's a very good gameplay in my opinion. And also I wanted to use it because he does a lot of building in Fortnite Battle Royale and he's a very good builder as well. So because I'm doing this video on TSM Myth, I wanted to put this gameplay in the background because he's a very good builder like TSM Myth. And as you guys probably know, TSM Myth is one of the best builders in Fortnite Battle Royale, along with Ninja. But I would say TSM Myth is one of the best builders in Fortnite Battle Royale. So in this video, obviously I am using Charlie's gameplay. I did ask him if he wanted me to shout him out in any way, but all he said was to actually shout out his friend. So his friend's called Disconnect on YouTube. Right now he doesn't get too many viewers, I would say a good average amount of viewers, but I want you guys to all go subscribe to him. His link will be in the comments and his link will also be in the description. So make sure to go drop him a subscribe and just leave a nice comment on his most recent stream or something, and yeah, that will be highly appreciated. So without further ado guys, let's get into today's shoutouts, which are going to be Reveal AF and also Callum Cowdroy and also Spy Gamer. So they are the first 3 comments on my last video. So if you guys want to shout out in the next video, all you guys have to do is get first, second or third comment on this video when it goes up. Also share the video and also just go follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is red.sizz, and if you like to as well guys, you can send me a DM and if you need help with anything like getting better at Fortnite Battle Royale, just DM me on there and I should give you some tips and tricks on how to actually win more games in Fortnite Battle Royale and how to be a much better player in Fortnite. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into this video on how to win every single game like TSM Myth and how TSM Myth wins every single game in Fortnite Battle Royale. So without further ado guys, let's get into the first thing that TSM Myth does to actually improve, and obviously how he takes down most of his opponents in Fortnite Battle Royale. So guys, the main thing that TSM Myth does that actually wins him most of his games is going to be building. Like as you can see right now on screen, Charlie has built literally like everywhere. Like TSM Myth builds everywhere, and trust me, if you start building, you can like obviously confuse your opponent. It can like, if like there's some like newbie kind of player that doesn't obviously know how to build properly, they will literally get scared and they will camp inside your building that you have just built over them. So sometimes what happens is you can come against a good builder, and in Myth's case what he does is try and outbuild them, and most of the time he does outbuild them. But sometimes you are going to come across say like a newbie player that isn't going to know what to do, and what mostly they will do is they will sit at the bottom of your like building and they will just camp there. So when they do camp there, all you guys have to do is literally go down there, finish him off, and that's mostly what Myth does if he does get a newbie player. But most of the time he does come up against like good players, and what he does is he tries to outbuild them. So in Fortnite Battle Royale on PC, as you guys know, you can build much more faster than on obviously PS4 and Xbox. So what people do on PS4 is they put their sensitivity up to about 10, and that is the highest you can go to. But obviously on PC they are going to be having a maximum sensitivity, which is obviously how quick you do the mouse. So if you do the mouse slowly, it's obviously going to move slowly, and if you do it fast, it's going to move fast. So what people do is when they are building on PC, they build so fast that they can confuse their opponents. Like I said, if it's a newbie player, they will go to the bottom of your building. They might even try and like build themselves in. And all you guys have to do, and what TSM Myth does, and also Charlie in these situations, as you saw right there, he obviously shot the guy below him, and what he's doing is he's peeking through these like little bits of wood by making little like holes in them to actually get a advantage on the other opponents that are obviously down below him. So make sure when you are in gunfights, and what TSM Myth does is he builds higher than the other people, so always get in the high ground. So if you are watching one of TSM Myth streams, or videos on YouTube, what you will see that is he builds so high sometimes that what happens is, if the other person is a good builder, of course, what happens is they both end up like really high in the sky, and sometimes what they do is they try and break the other person's building so they fall, or they just keep building up and building up and building up till they actually get a good shot on the other person and they actually take them out. And then what they have to do is they have to regen health inside their building. So guys, that is another key tip that I want to give you. Say if you're in a building battle and you are getting like shot at and you do lose quite a lot of health, as in Charlie's situation right here, he did get the kill and he's on, like, say 14 health I think it is, and he's regenerating health right here. So one thing he didn't do right there was he obviously healed in the open. So make sure to build around yourself when you are healing up, because obviously in solo or solo squads you could get easily sniped and getting taken out of the game very quickly and have to go into a new game. So also when you are in a building battle as well, if you do come up against an opponent that is very good and they keep getting the higher ground on you, all you guys have to do is keep building up. If they do shoot you down, what you have to do is build below them and build a little base. So in your building, as you can see right here, there's so much building about, the other person will have to find you if you build like a little base, which gives you time to actually regen health. So just build a little base around you like a square box, heal up in there and then get straight back into the building battle. Or if you don't have any resources in these situations, what you will have to do is literally camp it out and try and wait for the other person to come to you. And then if they do start building higher than you, just wait for the other person. If you don't have any materials and you're in a situation like this, where you have someone building above you and keep building above you and they have quite a lot more materials than you, all you guys have to do is literally camp it out, wait for them to come to you, and hopefully you will get that shot on them that actually does finish them. So that is another tip, is going to be healing up, and make sure when you have no materials to just camp it out a bit and then wait for the other person to come to you if you are in a very like high building battle. So guys, the second thing that TSM Myth does to win him more games in Fortnite Battle Royale, and this is a key one for you guys to improve at Fortnite as well and get much better at the game yourself. So this one is going to be landing at the same place every single time you play Fortnite Battle Royale. And I know Ninja and Myth always land at like tilted towers, because of the fact that there is going to be the most people there, there is going to be the most kills, and that's what they're going for. They're going for high kill games, and that's what they're always going to be going for, because they're very good at the game, and they can take out quite a lot of people just by themselves in solo squads or even in solos. So most likely Ninja and TSM Myth will play solo squads, because of the fact that they are so good and they are so skilled at the game that they can like outsmart quite a lot of people on the Fortnite Battle Royale. So what they do is they jump into a solo squad or a solo, they go to the same place, which is obviously going to be tilted towers like I said, and they keep going there, and they get the hang of the place. They get to know where everything is in tilted towers, and that's why they come out of tilted towers pretty much every single time alive. It's because they know every single spot, they know every single place people could hide, they know every single place to build, they know where all the high ground is, they know literally every single square inch of tilted towers or the place that they pick to land at. So guys, that is going to be a key tip on how to actually improve your gameplay and how to win more games, if that's in solo or in solo squads or duos. So make sure in this case you go to the same place like TSM Myth does and also Ninja does, and they get the hang of it, they get to know where everything is in that place. And trust me, if you get to know a place like the back of your hand, you are actually going to come out winning every single game and coming out of that location every single time with the most kills, and obviously come out alive every single time. So make sure if you drop at say Salty Springs once, drop there every single time, or just pick a location that you like, if that is tilted towers, Salty Springs, or the factories or anything like that. If you go to Salty Springs every single time, trust me, every single time, say like you get 1 kill one time and you're not too good, the next time you might get 2 kills and you might die after that. The next time you might get 3 kills, die after that. But trust me, you're going to be improving every single time you go there, and most likely after a while you'll be coming out of that place alive with the most kills out of everyone there, and also go on to probably win the game, because as you know, quite a lot of people struggle with the starting place and where to drop, because obviously the starting place and where you drop first of all is going to be the most important part, because you could die easily because there is a lot of close quarter gunfights, and people aren't very like say far away from you, so you have to be up close, you have to be using shotguns, and you could die very easily from a shotgun, obviously because they do over like 200 damage. So that is how most people die at the start of a game. And someone did say in my other video, my last video I think it was, that they wanted to know how to win like in the last, or like 5 people alive, so like say the top 10 or the top 5 people left. So guys, I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how TSM Myth actually clutches up say like the top 5 and at the end of the game in Fortnite to actually go on to actually win that game. So most likely a lot of you guys are probably not like rushy players, so if you aren't a rushy player and you don't want to rush to get that victory at the end, I suggest building like a 1x1 base about 3 high, always getting into that first circle. Make sure you are always getting into that first circle and you are the first one to get the higher ground in them smaller circles as the circle keeps moving in. If you are the first person in obviously the circle and you have built a base, people are going to be running into that circle at some point in the game to actually move in to the circle, and if you are first in that circle, you can see where they are, you can try and shoot them before they even get in the circle, and you can keep putting pressure on them while you're still in the next circle. So if you are in every single circle first, most likely you will win every single gunfight if you are the first person in the circles. So if you are that first person in the circles, people are going to be having to come to you, not you going to them. So that is a very good tip to actually do when you are in last game situations, is to actually get into the circle first, so that you aren't farting about like later on in the game to actually get into that circle and being pressured by other players that are already in the circle before you. So that is a very good tip to use, and make sure you do that at end game to actually secure that W at the end of the game in Fortnite Battle Royale. So the next tip on how to win end games as well is going to be, if you are in the top 5, you want to let other people take each other out. Say there's like 5 people and there are 2 people shooting at each other, don't get involved with them gunfights. If you're not like getting shot at yourself, make sure to just leave them to do what they want. Leave them to kill each other, and that will be less people, and it will be less people for you to kill in the end game situation. So if there's 5 people left, there's 2 people shooting at each other, one's gonna die like from each other, and you're gonna be left with a 1v3. So there'll be 3 other people left, you'll be the 4th person, and there's gonna be less people on the map. And if you don't challenge people and you let them get on with what they're doing and let them kill the other person, most likely you are not going to die, you're not going to get shot at, and also you have a much higher advantage of going on to win the game and not losing any health at the end game, which leaves you with more health than the other person that was just in a gunfight. So that is going to be a key tip, and also a key tip on what Myth does. Most likely he's going to be healing up at the end of the game, he's going to be rushing people. But if you do want to go on to do the top 5 and get that easy victory royale, what I suggest is waiting it out, waiting for the other people to actually shoot each other, kill each other, and you should be like fine to actually go on to win the game. Say when there's 2 people left, if someone starts shooting at you, obviously you're going to shoot back at them, but if people are shooting at other people, don't get involved because you could easily die, and that is one of the main things that how people die in Fortnite Battle Royale. So guys, they're going to be all the tips on how to win like TSM Myth and how TSM wins every single game in Fortnite Battle Royale, and all the secrets to winning in Fortnite. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video on how to win like every single game in Fortnite Battle Royale, and just helping you like with how to win tips in Fortnite to actually get you guys better at the game, and to improve you guys, and so that you guys can actually go on to get more wins in Fortnite. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.